So, good morning, everyone. Today, I bring the second skill that you develop with the practice of Shunya. And this is one great skill, which is the need of the hour. We have been hearing people telling us to let go of things, ignore things that bother you, don't worry, just let go. But to let go of things, it is not easy. By saying you cannot just let go of things, you need to have the skill set to let go of things. And there is no such practice as such, which is being taught to let you learn the skill of let go. But in Shunya, when you practice Shunya, you're actually learning a life skill, a skill that helps you reset yourself. So, here, when you're doing Shunya, when you are reverse counting, and you're ignoring the thoughts that come, concentrating on the breath and paying attention on the numbers in the reverse order, which is not usually the nature of the mind to do things in a reverse order, we learn the skill to let go of things. And when you keep on practicing Shunya over a period of time, you will realize that you become habitual to these thoughts that keep on disturbing you when you're counting, when you're watching your breath, when you're practicing Shunya, you'll realize you've developed this new skill, a new habit of letting go of these thoughts that bother you. And the amazing thing is, you learn to carry this in real life. And you will see how amazing it becomes that when you say you're working in your office and you hear somebody gossip or say something about you or something related to you, and you're working, suddenly you just tend to ignore it because you've developed the skill to ignore things. You're least worried about them. You don't care what they're doing. You concentrate on your work. And if you look at this is such an amazing skill that if you develop, it transforms your life completely. Every time we want to achieve something in life, it's always the baggage of emotion that we carry along in our life that does not allow us to move forward. Many a times we want to let go of things, but we just cannot. But when you practice Shunya, this amazing skill set is really going to help you. So, when we tell you that when you're practicing Shunya, observe your breath, pay attention to your breath, count in the reverse order, make sure that you don't lose the count. If any thoughts come during this period, ignore them, just let go of them, even if that's $1 million idea. Just do not entertain any thoughts during that period. Trust me, when you keep this practice on, this skill will help you in a long way. When discussing with Dr. Lim, I realized that this is one great skill that he had, and he actually uses this skill in his daily life. You see, he has to manage such a huge empire of DXN. And if he could have been bothered with everything, I think it's not possible. But with the same 24 hours of his, with this amazing skill of letting go of things that tend to bother him or can be ignored, he just is able to reset himself and is anew to take up the new thing. So he might be talking to me and we were discussing certain things, and as soon as he's talking to someone else and about something else, I am not there. I've been let go of that situation. He's completely 100% in the act that he's involved. He doesn't carry any baggage along with him when he's talking about these things. So, all you practitioners of Shunya, all you Shunyatis, you should understand when we practice Shunya, we are actually practicing a life skill. This skill that we are trying to develop is like cultivating an habit energy, the good habit energy that is going to help us in the long run. So if you see how is it practically applicable in DX in business, you will see it's the most important skill that you need as a networker. When you go out to introduce the products, somebody might just try to ignore you, try to shoo you away, try to say no, not interested. That thing will not bother you anymore, because you let him be, let him be what he wants to be. You just do your duty, and you'll go and you'll try to find another prospect. And this will make sure that you keep on prospecting and developing your business. So for me, I think the second life skill of Shunya practice is the ability, the habit energy that you develop with the practice of Shunya. As a psychotherapist, I believe, you need to practice certain kind of exercises, mental exercises that help you achieve certain kind of mental attributes or habit energies that help you handle situations in life. And this is one. You can use this in your family life. Somebody says something, nags you along, bothers you, your children bother you, wife bothers you, husband bothers you. Don't worry. Let them be what they are. They are trying to be what they can. Try to be what you want to be. And once you learn this skill, you'll know how to open your ears and close your ears to the things that you want. You will not be worried about the hawkers, trying to sell you all the produce when you walk through the roads. Especially in India, when you walk, there are always these hawkers, sellers who are trying to sell you things. But you just don't buy everything that they sell. You just pick up the stuff that you really need. And similarly, your mind is exactly like that. You just don't dump everything into your mind. You pick up the stuff that you really want and cultivate your mind so that it can then engage in the activity that you desire it to engage in. Yeah, good morning, Fatami. It's nice to see you here early morning. Thank you. That is a very, very valuable comment coming from Fatami Ghani. You're talking like a pro networker on prospecting. Yeah, but Fatimi, that's true. If you understand, I think this is one skill that we need to understand. Many a times people just let go of an opportunity like DXN because they are bothered, it being in some kind of a Ponzi scheme. They don't know, they are just worried, and they carry the baggage of some other thought process or some other thing that they have witnessed, some other company's nature or mishap that they have seen. They carry that with the same image with DXN, and they try to analyze DXN with what they know, and that's absolutely wrong. You need to look at things as they are. When you actually see this, you'll realize the DXN is way far different than any other direct selling company. There is a purpose involved in the act we do. When we network, our network is not only to create a financial chain. When I say chain, means a link, not just a financial link between two people. This is a relationship that we are building. And yes, for prospecting, I think yesterday I covered up one skill, that was patience and endurance. And today I brought in next skill, that is the skill to let go or ignore things that bother you. If you can achieve that, I think nothing is impossible. Not only in DXN, but anything you do in life. So, yes, that coming from the great leader and trainer and a pro himself, Fatimi Ghani, saying that yes, this skill is important. So, you got an endorsement here. So we have, okay, good morning, DXN. Good morning, Dr. Savera. I'm here again to follow your Sunya talk. I've always follow your advice. Even I'm, course, I need your advice to me, exercise, mental, physical, spiritual. Yes, yeah, good, good. I am actually just trying to decode Dr. Lim, and these are the amazing gems of, his practice that I found out, and I'm sharing that with y'all. And I believe everybody can be a little Dr. Lim and can transform their lives, you know, and bring in peace and prosperity for us and for the society around. So I'm open for any questions, if any, before I just log off from my morning session. So good morning, everyone. Yeah, if there are any questions, I might pick up any questions on this particular topic. That is the ability to let go or ignore things that bother you. One of the most prerequisite skill set, mental state that one should have if he has to reset himself. Now, you cannot reset a computer if you're worried about losing some data. Never in your life can you reset anything if you fear that you'll lose data. You'll need to. It is okay, but is that data important or the computer important? That's very important. You need to understand the choice you need to make. Do you need a very good functional computer back, or you want to hold on to the app that has actually freezed your computer and don't want to let go of that? Simple. Before press the reset button, you need to have this skill set, the ability to let go, the ability to just ignore that thing. If that's bothering you, just ignore it, and you'll see it works wonders. The same is for your health. You need to know if sugar bothers you, because I know it is tasty, it's good, you're attached to it, but if it's the thing that bothers you, bothers your sugar levels, you need to let go. No other option. No other option you have. So here we are, and I think I'm just waiting if anybody has any questions. We pick it up. Otherwise, I'll just log off with and see you tomorrow with another skill set to share with that comes along with the practice of Shunya. So make sure everybody practices Shunya. I think it is the most easiest and the most comfortable way in which one can reset his mind so that they can work optimally in any field of business or life they would like to. So the best thing is, don't believe me, don't believe Dr. Lim, don't believe anyone. Try it out, practice for yourself, and you will see the results that unfold. So we have Caroline Villanua. Good morning. Greetings from Houston, Texas, USA. How many times do you recommend Shunya practices per day? Caroline, I practice twice a day, but at least once a day. Now, this question is very similar to the way people ask questions about Ganoderma. How many times we should take RGGL? And I always say at least once. Similarly, if you're actually practicing Shunya, if not more, you can surely practice at least once. Try to finish the count from 99 to 0. That hardly takes 10, 15 to 20 minutes depending on the way you breathe. And that's it. And I think if we cannot spare 15-20 minutes a day, we surely have a big problem. And we need to then rectify our lives. So it all begins with this small practice. Okay, Oli Bimal asks how to grow our memory power. Very easy. If you know that our memory power, even the greatest people, when you need to understand your memory is exactly like the memory disk. But here with the power of concentration and attention, you can actually improve the ability of your memory to retain things. But you also need to understand that to retain the good things or the needed things, you need to let go of the things that are not needed. So it works out as a balance. If you're going to store everything on your hard drive, in your memory drive, in your brain, you might crash sometimes. So you need to make a choice. When you're studying tomorrow, you have your physics or your biology exam or your mathematics exam. One day before, you make sure that your memory pulls the stuff that is needed tomorrow. But what if in your physics exam you're suddenly thinking about biology, chemistry? It's going to be a problem. So the ability to pull out stuff, and the ability to let go of the stuff that is not needed at that time is very, very important. And this is developed with the practice of Shunya. Okay, so yes, I will be talking about concentration and memory in one of the other skill sets that we achieve. So I think for now, that's it. It's almost, yeah, and I have finished the second skill set. So, okay, see you again tomorrow with another skill set. Till then, bye bye, take care, and stay blessed.